Today on Good Morning Maine, the longtime owner of a local business is accused of sexually assaulting a child.
Plus, the latest on the plan to increase the number of attorneys for those who can't afford one.
And a look back at the shootout in downtown Bangor that killed the FBI's most wanted criminal. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. We made it through another work week. Thank goodness for that. We'll have those stories coming up. But first, a check of the forecast. The weekend's here. Everybody is wondering what it's going to do. And it looks like kind of a partly cloudy weekend.
Yep.
Might see some sunshine too. So really not too bad at all.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Here's Conrad Spinski with the forecast.
Thank you so much. Our first weather this morning is brought to you by Blind Faith Tattoo. With over 25 years of experience, we are fluent in all styles, including traditional and fine line tattoos. Stop by for a free consultation from one of our friendly expert tattoo artists. We offer a fast turnaround and walk-ins are always welcome. And weather-wise, guys, cloudy skies continuing to stick around. Even a couple of sprinkles still left over in the area. Not much rain left over, still a little bit more left to come, and then we will start to clear up, but not much. Visibilities are at 10 miles for now. Winds at a solid 3-mile-per-hour breeze here in town. Not much going on in Bar Harbor, Rockland. A little bit stronger winds coming in at 6 miles per hour. And then up north, Greenville, Millinocket area, check that out. A little stronger winds, a pocket of some stronger winds, up to even 10 miles per hour. Wind gusts are at around 20 to 25. They will continue to stay a bit breezy today and then into the day tomorrow. Nothing too gusty. Still some breezy winds will be in the area. Now for today, mid to upper 50s outside, partly to mostly cloudy skies, and some sprinkles will be possible with those breezy winds. Now for tonight, low to mid 40s outside, partly cloudy skies. The winds will be a little bit lighter out of the northwest, gusting to around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Now for tomorrow, a little bit warmer. Temperatures near 60 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and some breezy winds will continue to stick around. For later on today, we will continue to see a northwest breeze gusting up to 15 to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures will be in those mid 50s and mostly cloudy skies. Partly cloudy in some spots, a couple of sprinkles will be possible.
All right, thank you, Conrad. A longtime business owner is facing numerous charges related to the alleged sexual abuse of a minor. Our David Ledford has the story.
Sean Iori of Albion is facing 11 charges for alleged sex crimes involving a minor. He has been indicted on 1 count of gross sexual assault, 3 counts of unlawful sexual contact, 2 counts of sexual abuse of a minor, 1 count of sexual exploitation of a minor, and 4 counts of possession of sexually explicit materials. The count of gross sexual assault is a Class A felony charge, alleging Iori engaged in a sexual act with a minor under the age of 14. Iori's attorney Walter McKee declined to comment on the charges. Iori is the president and co-owner of the Winterport Dragway, a family-friendly car racing track in Winterport. One of the 11 co-owners, Bob Reynolds, says the Dragway is waiting for more information to be made available before they decide if Iori will remain president. In a statement, Reynolds said, quote, "We don't have all the facts about the situation yet, and we are taking it very seriously and don't condone this at all," end quote. The alleged victim's family says that Iori was a family friend. According to the family, the alleged victim told her parents about Iori's actions in 2022, and an investigation was launched shortly after. Iori posted a $50,000 bail last month. Thursday morning, Justice Mary Gay Kennedy amended the bail to $25,000, returning half of the original bail amount back to him. Iori remains out on bail conditions and is ordered not to be in contact with anyone under 18. His arraignment is scheduled for November 6th. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Some tense moments for drivers on I-395 just before noon yesterday when an RV lost control and rolled over, jumping a guardrail. According to State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss, troopers responded to a report of a recreational vehicle that had left the roadway and landed in a ditch in front of the Coal-Land Transportation Museum.
I heard tire screeches and I looked up and saw the RV coming down over the hill. So I called 911 and got hopefully some public safety over this way.
The driver of the RV was transported to a local hospital with minor injuries. Moss says the initial investigation indicates the operator was traveling too fast and was distracted while driving.
Well, we're learning new details about the sailing vessel involved in a fatal accident earlier this week. Coast Guard records show that historic sailing vessel, the Grace Bailey, was involved in 3 previous accidents in recent years when the schooner was under different ownership. The Grace Bailey was returning from an excursion Monday with 33 people aboard when its main mast splintered and tumbled onto the deck, killing a doctor and injuring 3 other passengers. The most serious previous incident happened back in 2022 when the Grace Bailey struck another schooner anchored in Rockland Harbor. Both vessels were damaged. The Grace Bailey was under new ownership this season and underwent an annual inspection in May. The Coast Guard says it was in compliance with all regulatory requirements.
If you're accused of a crime in Maine, you have the right to an attorney, even if you can't afford one. However, the state is currently facing a shortage of attorneys willing to take on cases for the state. Our Augusta reporter, Corey Bouchard, learned more about a nearly $9 million plan to overhaul Maine's indigent legal system.
There's a recognition that there are critical stages in a criminal proceeding where you have a right to counsel. And Maine is falling short on that because of the shortage of attorneys.
Jim Billings is the executive director of the Maine Commission on Indigent Legal Services, which contracts private attorneys paid for by the state if a person accused of a crime cannot afford an attorney on their own. But Billings says a shortage of attorneys willing to take cases has led to a backlog and delay for people who need representation.
The time ranges can be days or weeks, and in some situations, we've had people being without an attorney for longer.
Billings adds that currently the Commission has contracts with around 180 attorneys. However, the number of attorneys willing to take on new cases, on top of those already assigned by the Commission, as well as their own private cases, has dwindled.
There is only 50 to 60 out of that group of 180 that are routinely listed as willing to take criminal trials work.
That's why the Commission has unveiled a nearly $9 million plan to create a public defender system which assigns attorneys directly employed by the state to handle cases instead of contracted private attorneys. The Commission is in the process of hiring lawyers for the state's first public defender office in Augusta, which is planned to expand to cover the Kennebec and Somerset counties. The proposal seeks $2.7 million in the current budget to add 2 public defender offices in locations that Billings says need it the most.
What I would like is in the supplemental budget process for fiscal year 24, which we're in now, because that started July 1st, is to add offices in Bangor and Aroostook.
The 7 public defender offices would mostly mirror the state's existing prosecutorial districts, while keeping the public defenders within an hour's drive of courthouses. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Mount Desert Island Hospital's Community Dental Center is enjoying a big equipment upgrade thanks to a grant from Northeast Delta Dental Foundation. The grant allowed them to purchase a high-tech intraoral scanner that captures impressions of a patient's mouth using light. According to a press release from Mount Desert Island Hospital, this state-of-the-art technology will cut down on the time patients spend in the office while significantly improving the quality and comfort of oral impressions and treatments.
Okay, students at the Brewer Community School got a lesson in fire safety from some professionals, just one of many educational efforts taking place during Fire Prevention Week. Yesterday afternoon, members of the Brewer Fire Department spoke with Brewer elementary students about what to do in the event of a fire. They discussed the importance of smoke detectors, escape plans, and much more. This is something the fire department tries to do every year to engage students about the importance of fire safety.
Usually the staple schools tend to try to utilize this week to get some fire safety messages out, and that's what we're here doing today, is trying to just share some fire education and how kids can keep themselves and their families safe.
No, I did it.
I think the kids are interested in it. It's a good time for them to learn about how to be safe, what to do in emergencies, and they have a lot of good questions, which the fire department is great enough to come out here and help them get answers.
The fire department says they love to share these important safety tips as often as they can with the community. The department offers many fire safety and prevention services through their public education programs. More information is available on the City of Brewers website.
They look really cute with those little firefighter helmets.
They look so happy.
Too.
They got a day out of class. That's awesome.
Pretty neat.
Yep.
All right, Herman's Fire Department will have some new leadership as 2 department leaders were promoted last night. Michael Simmons started his firefighting career back in 1989 and worked in various fire departments throughout Penobscot County, including Glenburn, Hudson, and Hamden. He was hired full-time in Herman back in 2015 and rose to the rank of captain 4 years later. Simmons says he's grateful to be picked to serve as the new deputy fire chief.
It's a great honor. I've been in the fire service for quite a few years, and I'm really excited to work under Chief Sullivan and his new administration.
Lieutenant Byron Willett will take on the position of captain, left vacant by Simmons. He's been a firefighter since 2009 and has worked in Old Town and Orono before coming to Herman. Willett says this is a surreal moment for him.
It's been a dream of mine to be, a firefighter since I was a kid. So coming from Old Town of Orono to here, I live in this town. It's a great community. It's a growing community.
Both men were pinned with their new badges by their wives and were sworn in by the town clerk last night. They were then celebrated afterwards by their friends, family, and fellow firefighters there in Herman. Congratulations to them. They have a very busy fire department there too.
Yeah.
So the younger firefighters will benefit from their experience.
Yep, they're well needed in places like Bangor that need the mutual aid calls.
Yeah.
All right, the time now is 8:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, people marked the anniversary of the Brady Gang shootout in downtown Bangor. We'll have the details.
But first, another check of your weather forecast. A partly cloudy day ahead today. We may see a little bit of sunshine. The highs will be up near 57 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight into tomorrow. 43 is the low tonight. Tomorrow, not getting very warm at all. Only hot. The high is only around 60 degrees. That's what I'm trying to say. We'll be back with more right after this.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. You know it. Now through October 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Whether you're new to a gym or a fitness pro, the judgment-free zone is the place for you. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends October 13th.
Oh yeah, that's the energy. Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear.
Fox Wednesday, join the party. First,
celebrate Elton John.
4 new Masked Singers pay tribute to the Rocket Man.
Who is it?
With an emotional reveal that leaves everyone still standing.
We have an icon in the building.
The Masked Singer, then.
This is Snake Oil, the show about lying.
Wait, hold on. How many have you sold?
How many have been returned? Is it real or is it snake oil?
It's the new hit Snake Oil after an all-new Masked Singer. Wednesday on Fox.
Maine lawmakers on site in Booth Bay yesterday afternoon celebrating the groundbreaking of a new science center. Bigelow Laboratories' new Center for Ocean Education and Innovation will span 25,000 feet and will feature new teaching labs, research facilities, and a 300-seat forum. Senator Susan Collins and Governor Janet Mills were in attendance. The center has received federal funding and millions of dollars in donations and gifts.
It recognized also that the lab need not only be a center of great research, but an institution which does equally challenging jobs of translating that research into unique educational and commercial opportunities for the benefit of our communities here, but also for the greater society.
The $30 million expansion has expected completion of 2025.
Well, it's the end of an era along the coast of Maine. One of the state's few remaining schooners has left the state. The Victory Chimes is a Chesapeake ram schooner that was built in Delaware back in 1900. It was designed to carry cargo in Chesapeake Bay, but was later converted to carry passengers in 1946. It has carried countless passengers on adventures along the Maine coast, but it has now passed the Rockland breakwater for what will probably be the final time. It was sold at auction in May to New York investors who at last word plan to turn it into a floating restaurant. This shot yesterday as it was heading out of the bay for the last time.
Beautiful photo. 86 years ago, Thursday, FBI agents shot and killed their public enemy number 1 on Central Street in downtown Bangor, marking a historic day for the city. Our Grace Blanchard spoke to those who commemorate the day each year.
On October 12, 1937, bullets flew as FBI agents confronted the notorious Brady Gang on Central Street in Bangor after Indiana-born armed robber and murderer Alfred Brady had come to Bangor with his gang in a stolen car. They traveled to Bangor multiple times to purchase additional firearms, but the manager of the sporting goods store where the guns were purchased tipped off the police, leading to the FBI being able to corner and gun down the gang.
A lot of gunfire that just sprayed all over Central Street.
Now on the anniversary of Brady's death, local G.P. Palmer organizes a commemorative workshop to remember this moment in history.
They come into town and they got nailed, and that made the local people feel pretty good, and we think it's important to remember that.
The day featured a fictitious radio interview with the captured gangster James Dolliver, the only gang survivor.
Old Sparky, should in the remote chance that I am convicted and electrocuted.
Palmer's hope is by hosting this event each year, generations will continue to remember the day Bangor beat the Brady Gang.
Many times they say, why are you glorifying the dead people? Well, we're not. We're just the opposite. Bangor beats the Brady Gang. These are the bad guys. Here's where they are.
Brady is currently buried in the Mount Hope Cemetery in Bangor. For 70 years, Brady did not have a marked grave. 16 years ago, Palmer decided to change that.
For me, it's a sense of pride. This is an accomplishment, something that I did. Where were the other people in the last 70 years? Why didn't they do something? Well, I'm pleased that it's here. Yeah. I think it serves a purpose. It's historical. And why look at just plain grass when you can look at where someone is buried?
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
An annual tradition is back once again to share some of the Queen City's spookiest stories. Devin Dagnall with that story.
Parts of these tours are relaying that most of these legends, most of these ghost stories do have historic truth to them.
The Bangor Historical Society is once again hosting their guided ghost tours through downtown Bangor and the Mount Hope Cemetery. The curator of the society, Matt Bishop, says both tours offer something for hardcore ghost hunters and history buffs alike.
Everybody latches onto history in many different ways, and ghost stories and paranormal stories, while yes, they are spooky in this time of the season, they usually do have that grain of truth to it. So you're able to go through many different types of people who might not like the drier history tours, but they're still going to come away learning from some things about Bangor that they might not have heard before.
According to Bishop, Bangor's long history has acquired quite the supernatural lore, making it the perfect place to share their ghost stories.
We want to use it as a gatherings place and discuss those people that are still out there, famous and infamous.
More information about both tours can be found on BangorHistoricalSociety.org. In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Perfect time of year for that.
I've heard a lot of stories.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll be hearing from Devin again a little later on in the broadcast too. He has a special interview about a kind of a unique thing going on in Skowhegan this weekend.
Micro wrestling.
Micro wrestling.
Yeah.
So we'll hear about that a little later on.
Time now is 8:19. After the break, think twice before you do any fall yard work. You could still get hit with those pesky brown-tailed moths.
We'll tell you all about it when we come back.
Stop by Dirt Road Cafe today for fresh baked cinnamon rolls, bread, whoopie pies, and cookies. Dirt Road Cafe specializes in nutritious farm-to-table meals for your family from ours. Why choose fast food when you can choose Dirt Road Cafe, offering the most affordable grab-and-go home-cooked meals around? Stop by today.
From a gallon of gas to a gallon of milk, everything costs more these days. And question 3 will make things worse. It'll cost billions, and we'll be on the hook for it. It will increase our electric bills. And question 3, it doesn't require an operations plan, not even for emergencies or power outages. Question 3 is too costly and too risky for my family. I'm voting no on 3. It's a bad idea for Maine.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Stop by Dirt Road Cafe today for fresh baked cinnamon rolls, bread, whoopie pies, and cookies. Dirt Road Cafe specializes in nutritious farm-to-table meals for your family from ours. Why choose fast food when you can choose Dirt Road Cafe, offering the most affordable grab-and-go home-cooked meals around? Stop by today.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Before you grab the rake to clean up your backyard this fall, there's something to keep in mind. Brown-tailed moths are back, and they can affect your health if you don't take the necessary precautions. Ryan Munn has more.
Fall is here, the leaves are changing, and that means brown-tailed moths are building their nests in trees throughout the state.
Brown-tailed moths are not picky eaters. The caterpillars feed on a wide variety of trees, but probably the most common hosts that we see in Maine, or the most preferred, are oaks.
Brown-tailed moths are reported in all 16 Maine counties. If you touch them, you could get a skin rash. Some even cause trouble breathing if you inhale their hairs.
Those mature caterpillars have a lot of those toxic hairs on them, and each time the caterpillar sheds, they shed some of those toxic hairs, and they can land in the leaf litter and in people's lawns and stuff like that.
There are some ways you can prevent coming into contact with these invasive pests. Cover as much skin as possible wearing long sleeves and pants. Do your fall cleanups when the leaves are wet, and do not use a leaf blower in areas with large infestations. Schmelk says so far this year, the counties most impacted by these pests are Androscoggin, Penobscot, and Waldo.
So if you do see one of those winter webs, you can print it out. And you can either soak it in a bucket of soapy water for a couple of days, or if you have a wood stove, you can burn it.
The best time to look for these webs are on bright sunny days when they will stand out more, and look closely at the tops of the trees or the tips of the branches too.
Boy, you do not want to get involved with those moths. They can make you feel miserable. One thing to think about this year too, this is the time of year when a lot of people rake up their leaves and kids like to jump into the pile of leaves.
Yeah.
I would not do that this year because all the little hairs can get involved in that too.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Good point.
So just protect yourself when you're out there doing yard work this fall.
Yeah, that's a great point. Didn't even think of that. Yeah. Okay, the time now is 8:24.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Thank you so much. Our Maine weather this morning is brought to you by Blind Faith Tattoo. With over 25 years of experience, we are fluent in all styles, including traditional and fine line tattoos. Stop by for a free consultation from one of our friendly expert tattoo artists. We offer a fast turnaround, and walk-ins are always welcome. A couple of overcast conditions outside right now, guys, but at least it is not pouring outside. Don't really need your umbrellas, but keep your eye out because a couple of sprinkles, some lingering sprinkles sprinkles are still in the area for now, but most of this rain is long gone. Still a little bit of action going on into eastern Maine and of course up north as well, and then up into Quebec. But other than that, things are starting to clear up, and they will be clearing up the next 24 hours. Later on today, maybe a couple of sprinkles. Other than that, we're going to stay partly to mostly cloudy. And then tomorrow, same story. Other than that, mainly dry, guys. Look at this. Not much rain the next 5-6 days, maybe up to 1/10 of an inch of rain, 1/4 of an inch by Greenville area. So as you can see, not much rain will be falling the next 5 to 6 days. But temperature-wise, though, we've been warm. We've been very warm the last couple of weeks. Look at these 70s, mid-70s just a couple of weeks ago. Even just last week, we saw a 70-degree mark. Other than that, temperatures have been well above average, but now they will continue to stay near average to maybe slightly below average, maybe by like 1 to 2 degrees. Our average right now is around 59 degrees. Take a look at this. By tomorrow, near average. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, slightly cooler. Then by Thursday, a little bit warmer air starts to roll in. So middle to end of next week is when a little bit warmer air will be back in the region. For today, not so much. Slightly below average temperatures in those mid to upper 50s. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, and some sprinkles will be possible with that breezy wind. For tonight, low to mid 40s, partly cloudy skies, and a lighter breeze out of the northwest. For tomorrow, though, temperatures will be hovering at around 60 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and a breeze out of the northwest, once again gusting up to even 25 miles per hour. Our extended forecast outlook does show a good-looking forecast the next 5 days, besides a couple of sprinkles Sunday night into Monday. Other than that, we will be dry with temperatures in the 50s and 60s.
We've been in business for 31 years, and our employees and guests are like family. We've worked hard, and they've worked hard. That's why question 3 worries me. It puts our power grid in the hands of politicians. It costs $13.5 billion. That's billion with a B. Can you believe that? That could mean higher taxes for all of us. It's bad for our business, and it's bad for Maine. Question 3 is a risk Maine can't afford.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
At your Toyota all-wheel drive headquarters, we see the world differently. You might see a sunny road, but we see the treacherous road it could become in winter. So to prepare you, we're holding the Toyota all-wheel drive savings event with thousands of Toyotas to choose from. You could get 3.99 financing on a Tacoma, which could save you up to $2,000. Plus, get no-cost maintenance and more. The event ends October 31st, so see your New England Toyota dealer. Your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Tuesdays, guess what time it is?
It's time to play Name That Tune.
Jeff Ross, Kevin Nealon, Lisa Loeb, Todd Gurley, Debbie Gibson, Steve-O, Belinda Carlisle, Mel C.
If that really is your real name.
Big names.
I feel good about this one.
Go head to head.
Whoa!
And you can watch anytime.
I can name that tune in one note.
Name that tune.
Is that Radio Gaga? That is correct.
Celebrity Pack Name That Tune. Only Tuesdays on Fox. And stream anytime on Hulu.
New turmoil on Capitol Hill, being described as dysfunction and utter chaos. Congressman Steve Scalise, the man nominated to become the next Speaker of the House, suddenly pulled out last night after failing to secure enough votes. So what happens now, with the House still paralyzed? Here's ABC's Faith Abube with the details.
It's day 10 on Capitol Hill without a Speaker of the House, and this morning, new questions about who can unite the Republican Party after Majority Leader Steve Scalise suddenly withdrew from the race to replace Kevin McCarthy.
But there's some folks that really need to look in the mirror over the next couple of days and decide, are we going to get it back on track? Are they going to try to pursue their own agenda? You can't do both.
Scalise won the nomination this week, but some House members have voiced concerns about his health as he battles blood cancer. Critics also questioned some of his moves behind the scenes. Overnight, ABC's Rachel Scott speaking with Scalise.
He met with Republicans behind closed doors twice today for a few hours, and he left with less support than he had when he initially walked in. And of course, all of this comes just about a week after Kevin McCarthy was ousted by a handful of members of his own party, along with Democrats.
The House has been paralyzed without a leader, unable to pass new aid for Israel, frustrating many lawmakers, including the Republican conference. And now, adding to the chaos, the man Scalise beat for the nomination, Congressman Jim Jordan, a conservative firebrand, who appears to be throwing his name back in the ring. Sources say he's working the phones asking for support.
We're going to be as a conference. I think we will come together behind the candidate, and then we will move forward for the good of the country.
Despite the turmoil, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, who was instrumental in ousting McCarthy as Speaker, saying he doesn't regret his position.
People say it's chaos here just because the special interests don't have a unified way to control everything. I have no regrets.
In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
In other news this morning, police from Los Angeles to New York are on alert today after Hamas called for global protests on what the terror group called a day of rage. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley with that story.
This morning, law enforcement officers across the country on heightened alert after Hamas's call for a global day of rage. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office is pulling personnel from specialized units to increase visibility. In New York, congregates from dozens of synagogues prayed for peace as helicopters watched for suspicious vehicles from above and boats with radiation detectors patrolled the waters. The NYPD telling its officers to prepare for 12-hour shifts.
We have directed the NYPD to surge additional resources to schools, houses of worship to ensure that they are safe.
In Michigan, police arrested a person in connection with an online threat against Palestinian Americans in Dearborn. Federal officials say they know of no specific plans for violence in the U.S., but the war in the Middle East has prompted strong reaction across the country, especially on college campuses. Barricades separated pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel students at Columbia University. And at Harvard, the school's Palestinian Solidarity Committee has faced backlash after releasing a statement signed by more than 30 student groups saying they held the Israeli regime entirely responsible for all unfolding violence. A truck is now driving around Harvard's campus, allegedly naming people who were part of the groups. And CEOs from major corporations are calling for the students' names to be released.
And if people are actually signing on to that statement, we would want to be able to make sure that we're not hiring those individuals.
Last night, the president of Harvard condemned the Hamas attack, but she also rejected calls to name and punish those students who signed the statement. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, there's a new moon solar eclipse tomorrow. We'll hear from an astronomer on what that means and who will be able to see it.
Don't go away.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
Hi, my name is TJ Lee. I'm the owner of Chew 62 in Dover Foxcroft. We've been open about 2.5 years now. We focus primarily on American cuisine with a modern twist. We love our Mitsubishi electric heat pumps from Days World. We currently have 2 outdoor units. It's more than enough to take care of all the heating and cooling needs, really. It's definitely a lifesaver in the summer. It's now my primary source of heating and cooling, and it's been a great experience, really. They really get the job done.
Days World, awesome.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, October 13th, 2023.
Friday the 13th is often considered a day that brings bad luck. Even though it's uncertain where this tradition began, many buildings in the United States skip the 13th floor out of an extra precaution. now you're scrolling too far, sorry. It seems that fears around the number 13 are primarily a Western construct with a Christian influence. According to the Gospel, Judas Iscariot was the 13th guest at the Last Supper, who ultimately betrayed his master. But Christianity also downplayed the importance of this number due to its strong association with pagan religions. 13 is the number of the death card in the tarot deck, which is far from a negative sign, but rather it means a major change in someone's life.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of mystique around this day.
Yeah.
All right, now for some history on Friday, October 13th. In 1307, the French rounded up thousands of Knights Templars and tortured them as heretics. Some wonder if this was the beginning of the whole negative Friday the 13th mythology. Not on a Friday, but on this day back in 1775, the first United States Navy formed when the Continental Congress ordered the construction of a naval fleet. In 1792, the first published and edited version of the Old Farmer's Almanac was released.
And in 1860, the first aerial photo was taken in the U.S. from a balloon looking over Boston. And you can see that photo on your screen right now. I think that's just absolutely fascinating. Like that little balloon basket, and they had to have a tripod up there. And I'm just curious of what, I'm going to have to look into it because I'm so curious about what kind of camera they would have to use.
Yeah, pretty neat. You couldn't get an aerial view unless you climbed a big building or a mountain or something back then.
Right.
So this is like the first one from up in the air.
Right. In 1903, we saw the first Baseball World Series with the Boston Americans beating the Pittsburgh Pirates 3-0. And then just 9 years later, the Boston Braves beat the Philadelphia A's in the World Series 3-1 at Fenway Park.
For birthdays today, we have American R&B singer Ashanti, who is 43 today. Former Celtics player and Hall of Famer Paul Pierce is 46. And singer-songwriter Sammy Hagar is 76 years old today. Almost 80 years old. He's still rocking hard, too.
Yeah, he looks good. Good for him. Okay, moving right along now. It's going to be kind of cloudy, maybe some sun here and there, but doesn't look like any rain.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a bad weekend. We'll see some more clouds, but overall not too bad for a fall weekend in Maine.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Here's Conrad Spinski with the forecast.
Thank you so much. Our first weather this morning is brought to you by Blind Faith Tattoo. With over 25 years of experience, we are fluent in all styles, including traditional and fine line tattoos. Stop by for a free consultation from one of our friendly expert tattoo artists. We offer a fast turnaround, and walk-ins are always welcome. And weather-wise, guys, cloudy skies continuing to stick around. Even a couple of sprinkles still left over in the area. Not much rain left over, still a little bit more left to come, and then we will start to clear up, but not much. Visibilities are at 10 miles for now. Winds at a solid 3-mile-per-hour breeze here in town. Not much going on in Bar Harbor, Rockland. A little bit stronger winds coming in at 6 miles per hour. And then up north, Greenville, Millinocket area, check that out. A little stronger winds, a pocket of some stronger winds, up to even 10 miles per hour. Wind gusts are at around 20 to 25. They will continue to stay a bit breezy today and then into the day tomorrow. Nothing too gusty. Still some breezy winds will be in the area. Now for today, mid to upper 50s outside, partly to mostly cloudy skies, and some sprinkles will be possible with those breezy winds. Now for tonight, low to mid 40s outside, partly cloudy skies. The winds will be a little bit lighter out of the northwest, gusting to around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Now for tomorrow, a little bit warmer. Temperatures near 60 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and some breezy winds will continue to stick around. For later on today, we will continue to see a northwest breeze gusting up to 15 to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures will be in those mid 50s and mostly cloudy skies. Partly cloudy in some spots, a couple of sprinkles will be possible.
Thank you, Conrad. Well, excitement is growing around the country for the upcoming solar eclipse this weekend. On Saturday, spectators will be able to experience what's known as an annular eclipse. The director of UMaine's Versant Power Astronomy Center, Sean Loch, says this kind of eclipse creates what's known as a ring of fire effect around the moon. Loch says the best views of this eclipse will be seen from the western U.S., and in Maine, the moon will only cover about 13% of the sun.
On Saturday, starting around 12:26 in the afternoon, you're going to start to see what looks like a little bite being taken out of the sun. Maximum will be about 1:27, and it will finish up about 2:26. So you have about an hour of time
Lodge says it's important to protect your eyes if you plan on viewing the eclipse. The Astronomy Center has a bunch of solar eclipse sunglasses available, which will block out 99.9% of the sun's light, allowing you to safely observe the eclipse. The public is welcome to also view the eclipse through the Clark Telescope at the UMaine Astronomy Center on Saturday. Cool.
The Astronomy Center will be the best place to view it around here, but you could watch it from home too. Just you might want to go online and research some ways to protect your eyes.
Right. If you can't pick up those glasses.
Yeah, if you
of course.
don't have those glasses, there's some things you can do. Like I've seen a bunch of them over the years. Like people poke a pin through a piece of paper.
Yep.
You can view it through there, but don't take my word for it. Go online and get the actual thing. We don't want you hurting your eyes.
You'll burn your corneas, so
yeah,
definitely do it right.
We don't want that.
Yep.
But Craig told me to.
No,
don't burn your corneas. Yeah.
Okay, still to come here this morning. Devin's supposed to be live talking about micro wrestling, so fingers crossed on that live
Coming
shot.
up in Skowhegan, we'll be hearing about that and more when we come back.
At your Toyota all-wheel drive headquarters, we see the world differently. You might see a sunny road, but we see the treacherous road it could become in winter. So to prepare you, we're holding the Toyota all-wheel drive savings event with thousands of Toyotas to choose from. You can get 3.99 financing on a Tacoma, which could save you up to $2,000. Plus, get no-cost maintenance and more. The event ends October 31st, so see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart, and Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family by a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
A tractor is a big piece of machinery, so you have to trust what your dealer's telling you is the right thing.
We're just trying to help you figure out what the best tool is to do the job that you've got in front of you.
United Ag and Turf customer experience has been great. I had to call the service department. I was able to get somebody come out. He even texted me later just to make sure everything was good the next day.
The sales process was very low pressure. We ended up with the tractor that we wanted. We've also ended up with the service that we needed.
We are United, your local John Deere dealer.
There's a reason why Maine's state slogan is the way life should be. It's because our beautiful state is full of humble people, workers, business owners, and neighbors making a difference in their community. I'm always looking for positive and encouraging news stories about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. How fortunate am I that I get to share these special stories? Watch the good news weekdays on Fox 22 News at 10.
The Maine Black Bears take on the LIU Sharks this Saturday at 1 on Fox 22.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start up at the Alfond. It's the night we've all been waiting for. Maine hockey's opening night. The Black Bears kicking off the season, hosting RPI. Black Bears' first season opener at home in 5 years. Just 3 minutes into the game, Maine getting ready. Very hyped offseason for them. 3 minutes into the game, RPI's Sutter Mazzotti with it. Sends it to the middle to CJ Regula, and he scores. You could hear a pin drop as the Engineers take an early 1-0 lead. Second period, Maine's Josh Nadeau sends it in front to his brother Bradley Nadeau, and the NHL first-rounder ties it up with his first career Black Bear goal. Later on, some good puck movement around the net. Lyndon Breen crosses it to Bradley Nadeau in the front, and the freshman scores again in his debut. Great night for Brad Nadeau. Third period now, Josh Nadeau on the break, sends it to the front to Breen. He scores to make it 3-1. That's his first goal of the year. What a night for the Black Bears. They go on to win it 4-1.
It was unbelievable. I think the fans were a big part of that win tonight. For myself, playing my first game here was just amazing, and I'm looking forward to play a lot more games.
All right, hopefully the start of a bright career. Let's stay in Orono now. In some big news out of the high school running circuit, Orono High School senior Ruth White will run at the Division I level next fall. White announcing on her Instagram page Thursday that she has committed to Boise State University to continue her athletic and academic career. White has a decorated high school career. She won the outdoor track and field Gatorade Athlete of the Year this spring following a fall where she was named the Gatorade Athlete of the Year in cross country. White was also the New England cross country champion last fall, and just this month she ran the fastest 5K time ever recorded in Maine girls cross country, and I'm sure her story and her accolades are still being written. A big congratulations to her. Let's move on to a different kind of hockey up at UMaine. Some high school field hockey action at the Black Bears complex as Brewer faces Mount Blue. These two teams fighting for position in a stacked Class A North. We're going to start early in the first quarter. Brewers' Allie Flagg charging on goal, but Grace Allen and Kara Daggett team up for the great defensive stop. Later on, it's a penalty stroke for the Witches, and Jordan Williams snipes it right into the top corner of the cage. Witches lead it 1-0. Second period we go. Allie Flagg into Laura Stewart. It's kicked away by Gwen Lesperance. A rebound attempt cleared by Kensley Malcory. And then here is Flagg again. She's going to take a shot that is swatted away by Lesperance, cleared by Katie Yeaton. That aggressive offense, though, would be too much for the Cougars. Brewer comes away with a 2-1 win. All right, let's go to historic Doyle Field now. Brewer Witches girls soccer taking on the visiting Ellsworth Eagles. First half, it's Ainsley Goodwin with it, getting some space between a few Eagles. She fires and finds the far post and the back of the net. They are pumped up. It is 1-0 Brewer. Ellsworth now on a corner. That's Lily Bean inserting it. Meg Jordan, a great shot at it, but Gabby Chassé is there for the stop. Here come the Witches again, and again it's Goodwin with it. She's going to get some room, looked across, and Madison Shaw is right there with the back of her head for the goal, which is up 2-0 now. Here come the Eagles again. A great ball finds Maya Coffin with a ton of room. She gets the goalkeeper out of the net, but look at Lauren Lowe with the defensive save. Great play right there. And those type of plays lead Brewer to a 3-2 victory. All right, to some high school football we go now. Everyone loves some Friday night lights a day early. Rainy night in Hamden, MCI Huskies visiting the John Baptist Crusaders. First quarter, Crusaders with it. They go outside. That's Will Cashman, the back. He's going to make one man miss, slip by a few more, and then he is off to the races, but bumps into the ref right there. That's going to keep him out of the end zone. He's going to be stopped inside the 10, but Logan McMahon says, I'll take it from there. He is going to punch it in on the very next play. That's going to make it 14-0 Baptist. MCI with it now on third down. Pigskin is wet, and the snap gets away, and Baptist lands on it. They get it back in a great spot, and then there goes that man again, or that McMahon again. Logan McMahon with another early touchdown. Crusaders go on to win it 54-13. All right, here's some other scores from around the area. Maine soccer dropping their first game of the season, 2-0 loss to UMass Lowell. Bangor Christian boys soccer stay hot with a 6-2 win over Central. In girls soccer, Old Town shuts out Orono 4-0, and Penobscot Valley girls soccer also stays hot. They win it 2-0. All right, that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Bruno! Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $349 per month lease on Rogue.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer is looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
There's no reason to be overwhelmed. We can help you through it.
we're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
You should Angie that.
Angie, what?
Angie that. It means comparing custom quotes from skilled service professionals or booking at an upfront price so you can find the best price for you. Get started today at Angie.com.
25 words or less.
Cereal bowl. Killer.
Full of frightful fun.
I love Lisa's response to cereal. Killer.
Do not have breakfast with Lisa.
5 days a week.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $349 per month lease on Rogue.
All right, now let's turn things over to Devin Dagnall, who's live in Skowhegan to talk about a big show coming up tonight.
Hey there, Devin.
Good morning, Emma and Craig. We are live in Skowhegan with micro wrestler Flying Ryan. Ryan, how you doing?
Let me take it from here, buddy. What's up, Skowhegan, Maine? It's your boy, Flying Ryan. I need you lazy people to get up and go on to Eventbrite right now and order some tickets for tonight's show at TMB Celebration Center. You get to see Flying Ryan whoop the whole roster tonight. It don't matter if it's Little J Snuka, Bronx Thug, the biggest pimp in the game, Huggy Cup, Tyson, Phoenix, or the Cactus Crack. It don't matter who gets in there, because when I leave this place tonight, I'll be crowned your new Micro Wrestling All-Star Champion. So put the chips and the popcorn down and come on over to the event center, baby. So doors open at 7, shows at 9. Now get me out of this bum place, dude. Woo!
All right, what can we expect tonight?
Violence, violence, violence. It's epic. It's huge. It's no small event. It's the best micro wrestling show on the planet. Micro Wrestling All-Stars, baby.
Ryan, anything else you got to tell your fans?
Go Patriots. Go Celtics. Go Bruins. Go Red Sox. Let's go New England Pride, baby.
That wraps it up. Back to you, Emma and Craig.
I think he's a little excited.
Wow, now I am too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Eventbrite. I can pull that up right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look up Micro Wrestling in Skowhegan. That'll take place tonight.
Micro Wrestling in Skowhegan. Okay.
You find it?
Yeah, I did.
All right. Well, there you go. Let's take another break. Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah, we're going to take another break.
All right.
I think so. Or no, we're going to go to weather.
Here's Conrad with your weekend forecast. Got us all shaking.
Thank you so much. Our main weather this morning is brought to you by Blind Faith Tattoo. With over 25 years of experience, we are fluent in all styles, including traditional and fine line tattoos. Stop by for a free consultation from one of our friendly expert tattoo artists. We offer a fast turnaround, and walk-ins are always welcome. A couple of overcast conditions outside right now, guys, but at least it is not pouring outside. Don't really need your umbrellas, but keep your eye out, because a couple of sprinkles, some lingering sprinkles are still in the area for now, but most of this rain is long gone. Still a little bit of action going on into eastern Maine and of course up north of as well, and then up into Quebec. But other than that, things are starting to clear up, and they will be clearing up the next 24 hours. Later on today, maybe a couple of sprinkles. Other than that, we're going to stay partly to mostly cloudy. And then tomorrow, same story. Other than that, mainly dry, guys. Look at this. Not much rain the next 5-6 days, maybe up to 1/10 of an inch of rain, 1/4 of an inch by Greenville area. So as you can see, not much rain will be falling the next 5 to 6 days. But temperature-wise, though, we've been warm. We've been very warm the last couple of weeks. Look at these 70s, mid-70s just a couple of weeks ago. Even just last week, we saw a 70-degree mark. Other than that, temperatures have been well above average, but now they will continue to stay near average to maybe slightly below average, maybe by like 1 to 2 degrees. Our average right now is around 59 degrees. Take a look at this. By tomorrow, near average. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, slightly cooler. Then by Thursday, a little bit warmer air starts to roll in. So middle to end of next week is when a little bit warmer air will be back in the region. For today, not so much. Slightly below average temperatures in those mid to upper 50s. Partly to mostly cloudy skies and some sprinkles will be possible with that breezy wind for tonight. Low to mid 40s, partly cloudy skies, and a lighter breeze out of the northwest. For tomorrow, though, temperatures will be hovering at around 60 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and a breeze out of the northwest, once again gusting up to even 25 miles per hour. Our extended forecast outlook does show a good-looking forecast the next 5 days, besides a couple of sprinkles Sunday night into Monday. Other than that, we will be dry with temperatures in the 50s and 60s.
As we age, we want to keep our independent spirit. As Mainers, we want to live life our way. That means enjoying everything life offers us here in Maine. It means making choices that can help you live your best life. Choices like your healthcare coverage and your healthcare team, so you can be prepared for almost anything. United Healthcare and Northern Light Health are working together in Maine to help keep you healthier, so you can live life to the fullest. If you're eligible for Medicare, you may be able to enroll in a United Healthcare Northern Light Health Medicare Advantage plan today. Take the step to make sure you have the coverage you need to help keep you active and thriving as you age. Call United Healthcare at 1-800-203-7205 or visit uhcnewengland.com.
Happy, healthy living means protecting yourself and the people you love. Mainers age 60 and up and adults with disabilities can talk with an area agency on aging about keeping your immunizations up to date. Access a clinic near you for your annual flu and COVID-19 immunizations. Stay healthy, stay up to date, stay immunized. The Age-Wise Maine initiative is brought to you by Maine's area agencies on aging. Visit agewisemaine.org to learn more.
M&M's want to make sure every candy bucket is full this Halloween. The chocolate company is launching its Halloween Rescue Squad to bring free M&M's to people who ran out of candy for trick-or-treaters. The company is partnering with instant commerce platform GoPuff to deliver to people who make requests on the Halloween Rescue Squad website after 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Halloween. Of course, that will only take place while supplies last.
Sweet.
Yeah,
that's a good
literally.
Deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
A haunting survey shows many Americans say they've experienced unexplained events in their homes. The survey by All Star Home reveals 16% of people in the U.S. think their house is haunted, while 40% say they have had unexplained or unusual experiences in their homes. The survey says the most common place for these unusual incidents is in the bedroom, and the most common paranormal experience is strange sounds in the house, followed by animals acting strange, ghosts, and lights turning on or off.
I've heard a lot of things from people around this area over the years because we have such old houses, and people are certain that their houses are haunted.
Yeah, old plumbing too.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a believer, but also it's old houses make old noises.
They make a lot of sounds as they settle and squeak. All right. Well, it's Halloween time for our furry friends too. Walmart says food-themed pet costumes are popular this year. A lot of its customers are reaching for a pizza costume. Dragon and pig costumes are also popular. Walmart's Vibrant Life pet costumes cost about $10. And in case your pet doesn't like to wear costumes, Walmart sells Halloween-themed pet toys and treats as well.
That's a good ad. That's very cute.
They are awful cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the dogs I've had, I don't think they would like to be dressed up though.
Yeah.
But some dogs are into it.
Right. I know during trick-or-treating, you may have to kind of keep your dog more in check too.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Okay. It kind of looks like we're winding down for Friday. We hope everybody has a great weekend.
It's time for the weekend.
Yep. If you missed anything or you want to see anything again, we'll have that up shortly on foxbangor.com. Go get your tickets for Micro Wrestling in Skowhegan and, have a great weekend.
Looks like a good weekend ahead. We hope you enjoy. Have a wonderful day, everyone.